For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11.
I'm sorry if I seem uninterested, or I'm not listening, or I'm indifferent. Truly, I ain't got no.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Felicia Renee, and of course, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another video from me. So today, I want to come on here and do this pretty half cut crease summer makeup tutorial. Also, I'm using some new products that was actually sent to me in PR by Glam Fix Cosmetics. So I created this entire look with that, the lashes, everything. So if you guys want to see how I achieved the look, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So to start off, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan Sand, and I'm going to use that to create a base for my eyeshadows, and I'm going to use my Japanese brush to blend that out. Now I'm going to be going back in with my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder and use that to set my eyelids. And I love this powder because it's really thin and it's not super cakey and thick. So now I'm going to go ahead and start using the Everything That Glitters is Gold palette by Glam Fix, and I absolutely love this palette. So now I'm going to take just a fluffy brush that I picked up from Marshall's, and I'm going to use that first lightest shade as my first transition shade to blend. And I feel like it's not really showing up a lot on camera because my lighting is so bright, but I'm just going to really keep packing that on till you can see it. So now I'm going to go in with the second transition shade, and I'm just using my NYX number 17 brush. It's a fluffy crease brush, and then I did forget to put the tape on my eyes to have that more precise line, so I'm going back in with that and just going right back to my NYX brush and blending my eyeshadows out. And I'm just really going to start packing that on, making sure the pigment and the color is really showing up. Now I'm going to be picking up that cranberry shade in the palette, and I'm going to be using my Sigma E38 diffuse crease brush to really pack that into my crease. And I'm going to really be packing it on because I want the look to be very vibrant and I want my colors to really pop. And as long as it takes, just keep blending until you get it how you like it. Now I'm just going back in with my NYX number 17 brush to add that previous transition shade because I don't want to lose any of the colors, and I want it to continue to blend seamlessly and for it to all kind of get that gradient effect. Now I'm picking up that back up my Sigma E38 brush and continuing to pack on that cranberry shade. So now I'm going to pick up this reddish brown color out of the palette, and I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place fluffy pencil brush to really pack that onto my outer corner or my outer V. And I'm just going to keep packing it on until I get the color how I want it. And I really want to create some more depth and dimension to the look and to my eyes. So now I'm going to be taking my Juvia's Place flat brush, and I'm going to be using my Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C10, and I'm going to use that to cut my crease. Now with this step, I'm not the best at cutting creases. That's why I'm trying to continuously get better and practice, but I just really take my time. And if you're not the best at cutting your crease, just use small strokes. Go slow, don't rush yourself. Pay attention, try to be as precise as possible, and if it's not perfect, don't worry, you'll get better. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that the reason why when I put the concealer on, I looked up, it's just to basically create a guide for myself since I have hooded eyelids. So I need to see where I need to cut my crease and put the concealer. So that's why I do that. And now I'm just going back in with those transition shades just so my line is not as harsh far as my cut crease. And then I'm just gonna be going in with the darkest shade and just building that back up. And then I'm gonna go in with my Dose of Colors ice cream palette, and I'm gonna be using the bubblegum shade out of there, and it's this really pretty like frosty pink, and I don't know if it's looking more silver on camera, but it's more of a bubblegum pink, just like it says. And I'm just using that to create a base, and I'm gonna go in with glitter in just a minute. So now I'm going to be taking the pink glitter shade out of this palette, and it's actually a pressed glitter, and I absolutely love these. They are so pigmented and creamy, and if you're not the best with using loose glitters, this palette will be so perfect for you guys. And I'm just really using this this brush to pack it on. It's actually a brush from Glam Fix Cosmetics, and then I'm also using my Morphe M508 brush to really make sure that everything is precise. And then I'm going in with my pencil or liner brush from Sonia Kashuk and just really making sure that line is precise far as the darker shade that I use to cut my crease. Now I'm putting some lashes on, and I also got those mink lashes from Glam Fix Cosmetics. And then I'm just going in with my Too Faced Peach Perfect primer, and I'm really just rubbing that in. So on to my favorite part, foundation. I'm going to be using two today. I'm going to use my Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation in the shade Ginger, and I'm going to be using my Natural Radiant Longwear NARS foundation in the shade Moray. And I'm just going to take the Clinique and put that on the outer portion of my face and put the NARS towards the inner or the center of my face. And I'm going to use my Japanese high definition or high density foundation brush. And this brush is so bomb, y'all. It just blends my foundation like a dream. It looks so smooth. It's so thick and so dense. And I'm just loving it. So now I'm just taking my Maybelline sponge just to blend out any excess foundation and make sure everything is seamless and smooth. And then I'm going to be going in with my Makeup Revolution contour shade or contour stick in the shade F16. And I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Tan Sand to highlight the highest points of my face. And I'm also going to go back in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 40. And I love using this Maybelline one because I feel like it kind of balances out the Tarte, because the Tarte is a little bit more, it seems more beigey undertone. And I love this one because it's yellow. So it's just the perfect match. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. small stippling brush and blend out the contour. And I like to blend out my contour color first, just in case if I go a little bit too crazy with the contour, I can always really use the concealer to kind of mesh everything together, so to say, and clean up any mess that I do, you know. So now I'm just going to be taking a beauty sponge and blending out my concealer. And take your time with this. If you got to keep blending, just make sure it's smooth and going all together. And like I said, I love the concealer because you can just clean up all your edges. And if you go crazy with that contour shade, don't worry, baby girl, because you can blend it all together. And you're just going to be looking like a melting pot, you know? So now for setting powders, I'm going to be using one of my all-time favorites, my Sacha Buttercup, and I'm just going to use that to set and really press that powder into my skin. I love this powder because it's yellow tone, and I feel like even if your highlight is just too bright and it looks like you went overboard, I feel like this just tones it down and just makes it look really golden, and you just look like a creamsicle fudge pop, you know? Or no? Now I'm just going to sweep all that excess powder away using one of my fluffy brushes from Juno Cosmetics. on to contour and chiseling out these fat chubby cheeks. I'm going to be using my Morphe contour and highlight palette, and the first shade that I'm going to be using is Blogger. That's the lighter contour shade, and then I'm going to go back in with the shade Fabulous to really chisel out my cheekbones, and then I'm going to be going in with my Sigma blush in the shade Corte Rosa. Corte Rosa! No, I'm just playing. But yes, then I'm going to take my MAC Whisper of Guilt highlight and use my Morphe brush to really put that on the tips of my nose and be a little bit more precise. And then I'm going to just go back in with my Japanese small fan brush to highlight the rest of my face. So now I'm going to be taking my Anastasia A23 brush just to highlight my forehead and some remaining portions. And then I'm going to be going back into my Morphe palette just to pick up that Big Bang shade. It's a pretty gold highlight shade, and I'm going to be using that as my first highlight on my cheeks. So now I'm going to pick up my Lorac Unzip palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Unreal out of there just to add a little light and a pop of brightness to the inner tear ducts. So now I'm going to take this really like small crease brush from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to be picking up those two transition shades that I use in my eyes, and I'm going to use that to smoke out my bottom lash line. And you guys, at this point I was really struggling. My eyes were starting to water and the struggle was real. So now I'm going to take my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and really just kind of drown myself in that, let it soak, and then now I'm going to go back in with my MAC Whisper of Guilt highlight to really pop on them cheeks. And honey, I was glowing. Do you not see it? If you don't see it, you was blind, or either I was blinding you. I'm so lame. But yes, I love that highlight. It is just so bomb. If you don't love it, I don't know what's wrong with you. So now I'm going to be using MAC's Chestnut Lip Liner to line my lips before I go in with my liquid lipstick. So for today's lippy, I'm going to be using a liquid lipstick, and I'm using the shade Boot Up by Tiff Daily Beats, and this lip color is so bomb. I love the way it feels, and I'm just going to blend that into the lip liner, and so we can finish up this look. So now I'm going to be taking my NYX Skinny Mascara just to kind of coat my tiny bottom lashes, and like I said, at this point I was low-key struggling trying to hurry up and get this tutorial over with. But yeah, that pretty much completes today's look, and just a little love from me and Dior. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and we will definitely see you guys in our next one. Bye.